To another episode of the vlog. Today we are making a slight impromptu change to what I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be going home on Wednesday. But we're going to go earlier, which in about, I think it's about 12 hours from now. I just decided I'm going to go back to get everything done. I'm moving out of my flat at home in Runcorn, and I've got someone moving into there, so I need to sort all that type of stuff out once I get back to the UK. So what we're going to do is take you through what we take when we're travelling, when we're working, and then, for a 2.5 week travel, what do we need to consider and how we're going to do that. So Em's going to shoot while she's here, and we're going to take you through that. So the first priority is the longchamp. I'm going to get some shit for having a longchamp, but it's probably one of the best bags I've ever bought. Now this is a female bag, but because it's all matte black, it's a fantastic one. So within this is your hand luggage, especially if you're working on Emirates or something like that. If you go looking somewhere budget like Ryanair, you're going to get charged like an absolute fortune for one of these, a big suitcase and a bag. But this is for all the things that you need on a flight, excluding books and stuff like that, because you can put books or your laptop into there. So that for me, it'll be the tripod for vlogging, it'll be notepads and pens, it'll be all my chargers, all my cables, probably some shoes, because the UK is fucking cold, so I'm going to go in flip-flops and then change to Vans when I get there, as well as probably a coat or a jacket that I've got in here. So that's probably the best one if you can. I will carry you home. Oh no,
I'm addicted.
Just for reference, Emily's been recording and not recording it with the button on.
I need you to know I will carry you home. I will carry you home. I will carry you home. When you got nowhere to go, I need you to know I will carry you home. Carry you home.
So your next one is your normal rucksack. I've used so many over the years. I went from travelling just with a rucksack, one of those big fuckers that are about 15 kilos, and you're walking around like you're travelling the length of Bali. But now I travel a little bit in style. You've got the barman bag with a laptop opener, and then you've obviously got your books in there too. So I'll keep maybe 2 books for 21 days is probably enough. And then it'll be like water and food that'll go in here too, which is really, really important for when you're trying to not eat like a dickhead.
So I'm going to give you the tip of how to actually pack properly, because there's tips to do it. But you actually want to go into a form of rolling motion. You'll have less creases on your shirts and you fit a lot more into the bag.
I need you to know I will carry you home.
So the next step is your big suitcase. Now obviously they're divided into. Don't make the mistake of trying to be too pretty with those little small shitty bags that are normally for like 10-year-olds, where you try and pack light for a weekend. If you're going away for anything more than 10 days, you're going to need some significant luggage. You want about 20-25 kilos to go every single where. If you are travelling and working, you're probably going to have your life in this. Like most of 2019, my life was spent out my suitcase and had everything I ever needed in it. Even from like, my mum used to pack me I've still got on the side there, a little medical bag. Of things that if I need paracetamol or plasters. If you're working and you're travelling, your life will be in these 3 bags and you'll need to take everything with you. Luckily, this place and my flight in Dubai is staying where it's at, and Emily's going to take care of it for the next couple of weeks, and then I'll be back in Dubai afterwards. So I don't need to take everything with me, it's just for the trip. So I like to set it in the 2 compartments. This will be like clothing and shoes, and then the other compartment will be any extra shit. It'll be supplementation, it'll probably be food, it'll be gifts I'm going to take home, or just random stuff, any extra books, any extra leftover stuff that need to go will go in the extra area, and that's how you'll do it. Don't waste your time with all like the wrapping of shit at the airports. Like, if your bag's going to get broken into, it's going to get broken into. Mine got broken into once, and that was in the stopover between Norway and Dubai. Actually, I stopped over in Lithuania, and they ended up not having a lock on it, and then basically they come through my bags. It was actually the opposite way around. So I went Dubai to Lithuania to London. I don't know why it was that way. I came back, I was so excited to get off the plane, I didn't even check, just walked through the bags, through the suitcase, got home, opened up, and all my watches had been gone from the suitcase, all my valuables had been there, so don't get the wrapping, just get a decent lock. that'll be able to, or a pin code one, and they'll help you immensely. And the next important part of the whole process is looking after your health and fitness is going to be your supplements. Now, depending on where you go, it could be a sticky one still when it comes to getting supplements into the country. I know a lot of people do the whole bags that look a bit like cocaine with the label on that says whey protein or whatever, but I'm just going to risk it today and just take home some stuff that I've actually seen in the UK. You can get them everywhere. However, if you're going on trips to South America or anywhere in like the Arab nations, be wary of what you're allowed to take in and what you're not allowed to take in. You can be caught red-handed with whey protein or creatine, especially like somewhere like Australia and New Zealand when they have such a stringent border where you can't take any of that stuff in. So just make sure that you're super careful when it comes to this type of stuff. So I'm going to get a load of shit for the supplements I take, just simply because they're not great quality. Dubai, I'm still finding my feet and getting some good quality supplements out here. So we're going to look at, firstly, creatine monohydrate. This is not a great brand, but it is creatine monohydrate, which is the most effective levels of creatine. You only need about 5 grams a day of that, and I'll be taking it every single day. It improves your quality of your strength performance, and if you can take anything naturally to improve that, then why wouldn't you? You can get it from forms of foods like beef and protein sources, but equally you want to supplement and make sure you're getting 5 grams a day of that, so I'll take that every single day. It's not particularly that nice. If you can get a flavoured one, I know My Protein will do a flavoured one, or you can get one from like ESN that's flavoured. Get the flavoured one, it tastes way much better. Multivitamin, so this one's an absolutely horrible multivitamin in terms of the qualities in it, but it gives you something, and like I said, working on trying to improve better quality of supplements, so if anybody knows any decent ones in Dubai, hook me up. But this is just a natural one. Hits everything from A, B, D, E, K, B1, B2, B6, B12, iron, iodine, magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, manganese, and just some other shit in there as well. So like it's going to do something to help your benefits. So that one's that one. And that just covers all bases, just in case you are deficient in any different areas. You can bring up those levels naturally by just taking one of those every single day. The next one is fish oils. I know the quality on this is diabolical. Even Emily just stared at me when I had them and she's like, why are you using that? So she's got the good shit that she imported from Sweden herself. But I just use this just to fill a hole. So this one's 500 EPA, 250 DHA, and it helps with brain health, skin, mood, cognitive function, all those type of things, as well as getting in that fish. I don't eat fish at all, so getting the omega-3s from this is probably really beneficial. And then last and not least, probably my favourite supplement that I'm taking at the moment is going to be just the greens powder. I love the greens powder in terms of biotics. It gives you the minerals and vitamins that you can get from the greens powders. In Ask, it's basically blended up different variations. I think this one has, 15, 20 variations of fruit and veg in, everything from like the kale powder, acai juice powder, cranberry juice, everything, oregano, cinnamon, like turmeric, basil, all those type of things that will all be blended together. Biotic probe and everything. I find that my digestion is really great when I take one of these. So whether it's the probiotics or whether it's the nutrients itself, I don't really care. It just tastes nice. This is Ghost, and it is lime flavoured. So if anyone's had the experience of taking greens powder before, you'll know that if you don't get a good one, it tastes like shit. It tastes like greens, all blended together. So get one that was flavoured. And Ghost is a brand as well. They do lots of good pre-workouts. And great flavours of whey protein as well. So this is my kind of go-to stack. Now, to put them in a bag, like I said, I'm not going to do any lightning or anything like that. I will take a whey protein, but I don't need to take one from home. I've got like 60 to 100 tubs of Autonomy whey protein at my flat, which means I'm going to be alright for some protein powder, so I'll get that when I get home. Normally I would take some whey protein with me, and then maybe some sachets of oats or something like that to kind of bridge the gap between getting off a flight, getting to somewhere that you can eat, and getting to some decent food in you. Like, depending on where you are, depending if you've been there before, I don't really need to. I'm just going to go straight from a taxi to my house, get everything prepared for the flat stuff, and then I'll be at for a little while. So that's kind of the way I'm going to be doing it. So I don't need to take anything prepared, but if I was going on a travel trip, like going from place to place, I would take some food with me. I'm probably going to eat on the flight. It's a 7 a.m. flight, get there at 11 a.m. So probably have one meal over the 8 hours. And then when I get to mum and dad, get my dad to make me a lunch. So that'd be nice. But apart from that, they are the supplements. They're going to go in, and there's just one more really important part to this whole process. Just spent about 20 minutes looking for my passport. Turns out that in a one-bedroom apartment, there's quite a lot of places that you possibly could lose it. And just because of my fitness freak and all that shit, it was underneath my straps and my grips. I'm just such a bodybuilder like that. I leave my passport underneath all this stuff. Anyway, crisis averted. I'm actually getting on the flight tomorrow. I'm not going to walk home. And the final part of making sure that you have everything that you need in your suitcase is your fragrances and your skincare. Now, don't need shampoo and conditioner because I'm going to a place that has shampoo and conditioner. I've just got my 5 most important elements. Now, number 1 without absolute doubt is the Manscaped 2.0, the best ball trimmer since modern day. If you're a guy that doesn't have a Manscaped, you need one. Doesn't cut you, it doesn't nip you, cleans it 0 to a 0.5 every single time, everywhere. And when you have it on, it has a little light, so just in case you get deep into the crevices, you've got the light to shine you through. But it's obviously the best thing. It's obviously the best thing. It's the best thing since sliced fucking bread, and it probably would slice bread as well. Second thing is, I'm not even going to try and front how to pronounce these
Please try.
Le Perrier. Basically, I got given these things from a client and they're absolutely amazing. They were a whole set of 6 to 7 things, but the skin caviar seems to be an absolute treat when I use it. And then when the foam cleanser also gets used, that's a game changer. I definitely feel a massive difference. So I take that with me, and if I use it, I'll use it. Now, next thing is your fragrances. Obviously, there's going to be some events, which there are. They're going to be doing in the daytime and a nighttime type of fragrance. Now, yes, Sauvage is your daytime fragrance. It's fantastic, it's easy, it's light. And then you've got the Pierre de la Resistance, which is my personal favourite. And to be honest, I call it the number 7 because that's all you get it in the shop. You say, hey boss, can I get number 7 please? And it gives you the Taf Al Emirat. Basically in Dubai, most people will know this as the smell of the mall. You walk past any type of fragrance shop in Dubai and you will smell the oud that comes from these things. And in my personal opinion, it's one of the nicest tasting, it's nice smelling fragrances there is. It's really, really strong. It's got like an oudy smell, and it lasts a long time as well. And it gives me a bit of PTSD of very nice looking Dubai women. So I wear this to remind myself of where I come from. But this is number 7, I think. Number 4 actually, my bad. Number 4, Taf El Emirat. Get yourself some of this when you're in Dubai. And this one's a honey and oat type of flavour, and the branding is spot on, look at that. And that's the last part of getting ready to go. So I'm going to take you with me as we go in the morning. So I'm going to get some sleep. Got about, I don't know, maybe 6 hours if I go to sleep now, which is not going to happen because Emma's like an Energizer bunny in the evening. So she's going to be up and doing work anyway. And then I'll take you with me on my travels back to Manchester. And this is the part that it went fucked up. Never ever missed a flight in my life, and today was definitely not that day also. But set my alarm for 3 a.m, got a flight at 7. I'm normally an early bird. I was like, I to get some work done at the airport, get a Costa coffee, chill out, no rush at all. Definitely recommend that. Rolled over, Emily kicked me and she's like, you need to go. And I was like, well, what time is it? She goes, it's 5:30. I'm like, it's 5:30 and I've got a flight at 7:15. Fuck. So I jumped out of bed, and then the next things that you're going to see is a rushed version of me getting to the airport as fucking fast as possible. But we're here back in the UK now, so take a look and then we'll continue the story. So we're back in the UK, we're at my parents' house. They've had some renovations done, which is really fucking nice. My dad's got his study changed into a larger study with also a bathroom for a downstairs, which is really, really nice. One thing that I hated about this house when I grew up there, I've been in this house for like 26 years. I grew up when we moved here when I was 4. Was that the shower was piss poor. It was like basically leaking water instead of an actual shower. But they've actually got a proper shower now, so it's only took them 24 years to get a decent shower. But we're here now. So we're now going to drive to the place I'm going to be staying in, the apartment I'm going to be working at. I'm not going to be staying at my flat just because, like I said, I've got it rented out, so I'm not going to stay here either because my parents will kill me if I stay here for a longer period of time. And then we have the Autonomy event on Friday, which I'm really, really excited for. And the most important part of all this, and the most exciting part, I get to drive my baby. This baby, I bought it just before I moved to Dubai early this year, so it's not even that old. It's just a beautiful, beautiful motor, and definitely if I was ever going to get another car again that isn't a supercar, I'm going to be getting this Mercedes again because it's just beautiful. So I get to now spend a couple hours driving in that. It's going to be nice, and we'll take you on the journey with us. Training and setting up a routine whilst I'm going to be at this new place. I'm going to run you through that before we finish this one, and then we're going to run you through the party on Friday, which is going to be exciting. So we're back in the UK. Thank God for not missing that flight. Time difference is great now. We're only like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I went back in time by 4 hours, so basically, you know, it's normally like, I think it's 5 p.m. in Dubai. It's only 1 p.m. here, so I feel like I've got the rest of the day to do work once I've landed in the place, once I've drove there, to get some work done. So I like this time zone. Freezing though. Fuck the cold. So it is 6 a.m. right now. I've been up since 3. The jet lag is shit. Normally I get up at like 7 anyway, so it makes sense that I'd be up at 3. Try to stay in bed as much as possible, but can't really do that, so starting my day a little bit earlier. But now we're definitely going to have an afternoon nap this morning. The time zones are really an issue. I should have used an app called Time Shifters. If you want a way to know when to sleep on flights, Time Shifters is the one to go. A friend introduced to me the other day, and basically it tells you when to have caffeine, when not, and basically reduces your jet lag to literally minimal, and the effects, which I should have utilised, but I thought I'll be just fine. Whereas knowing when we should travel, you're not really that fine. So I'm going to get on with some work now and crack on with the day. I think that might be it for the vlog. I think I might save the next week ones to Printworks with Sonny Federo and the anniversary party together. I think that's probably the best way to do it. So like, subscribe. Hopefully this helped with the packing elements. Hopefully it's good to see me do the whole process, getting into this routine for the next couple of weeks before going to break it again in Dubai. But it's exciting. We've just started looking at trips for January. I've got a concert, a Drake concert with the orchestra in January in London. Then from there, it looks like I'm going to fly to Colombia for a couple of weeks, maybe, and then somewhere else. Just with me and Elliot were speaking on who was there on the last vlog about going to Chile, but Chile is closed. Well, it has a 7-day quarantine. We don't want to waste 7 days, so we're probably looking at somewhere like either staying in Colombia. He would just come back from Colombia, so it was amazing, or I'll go to Tulum or Playa del Carmen in Mexico, and then the week after that, I've got a festival in Mexico in Cancun. Effectively, the 7 days, it's called Ibiza Spirit, and what they've done is they've took all of the clubs from Ibiza, Ushuaia, High, Pasha, and they've basically transported them all to Cancun, and they're making makeshift like-for-like versions of these clubs and doing a 7-day festival, because Ibiza's been closed last year, didn't really get that much traction, so they're bringing it over to Cancun, and the lineup is insane. Like Camel Fat, Rizardo, Sonny, loads of people. Alan Fitzpatrick. Like, it goes from really, really hard techno all the way to really clubby house, so it's going to be fucking amazing. I'm going there with a couple of friends, so I'm going to try and make that trip as like the bit to go back before Dubai. So probably Colombia, Mexico, chill in Mexico, Tulum, and then onto the festival in Cancun, and then back to Dubai. So we've got that exciting to come up. We need to plan that in the next couple of weeks. So that'll be exciting. Probably get it all dusted before Christmas, and I'll take you through how we can actually plan these trips and not fuck ourselves over. That time we will definitely be using night shift because that's a backwards flight. So have a nice day. Like, subscribe, share please. This has been really, really useful. See you in the next one.